Hey guys, thanks for checking out Radio Flight. I wanted to do a quick video. I know some of you may have gotten the Mini Apprentice for Christmas, over the holidays, whatever. And the videos that I've done on the Mini Apprentice have gotten well over a couple thousand hits. So I know that a lot of you are flying the Mini Apprentice or saving up to get the Mini Apprentice. But in any event, I wanted to share something with you that's really important. Check it out before you go flying. Um, the servos are held in place in the little molded pockets that they drop into. They're held in place with just a piece of double-sided foam tape. And one of the guys that I was teaching, that I've been teaching, he's actually pretty good now. Um, he was flying around and he lost control of the plane. He said, my elevator's not working." So he crashed the plane, and I wasn't really sure if it was him or if he lost the signal, whatever. But in the post-mortem autopsy, what we found was that the servo had pulled away. The double-sided tape was attached to the servo, but it wasn't stuck to the foam, uh, bottom of the pocket in the fuselage. So it was just kind of sitting there. So when he put back pressure on the elevator stick, um, instead of moving the control surface completely, if at all, it just lifted the servo out of the pocket. And so we fixed that and ordered some parts for his plane, and it looks like we'll be able to get it flying again without a problem. But I went and checked mine, and my rudder and the servo that controls the rudder and the nose wheel was loose. I mean, I put a very little bit of upwards pressure on it, hardly at all really, and it lifted right out. And same thing, foam tape, and it either never stuck well or was just poor quality, whatever it was. But yeah, so you want to check that out, and you might be able to see on mine right there, just above the servo horn. You see a little. You can see a little clear right there, and at about 1 o'clock from the screw in the center of the horn, you can see a little glob of clear adhesive. What I recommend, is the Zap Goo. It's the same people, Zap, that make CA. You may have seen it in your hobby shop or whatever. But great stuff. You can use shoe goo, something like that. But the point is to check your servos and make sure they're good and secure. And even if they feel secure, I would really recommend putting pull the screws out, pull the horns off, and see if you can. You might have to put the horn back on and use it as a little for leverage, but put a little bit of, not a lot of force, because you can damage that pretty easy. But see if that'll pull out. Maybe put your fingernail under here and see if it'll lift. If at all, any movement at all, go ahead, pull them out and put a little adhesive. What I did was I put it on a little bit, maybe about an eighth of an inch glob, maybe a little bigger than that, on the bottom, on the servo tape in two spots, front and back, and then on the sides, right at the top of the slot where the servo drops in, I put a dab there, a dab on this side, and then press the servo down into it. And you can see right above my fingernail right there, you can see it kind of oozed out there, and it's in there rock solid. So yeah, I hope nobody ran into that problem, and this will help or prevent anybody from having a similar mishap and an avoidable crash. So I sent an email to Horizon. I hope they add an addendum, but this is a good lesson. Any plane that you pull out of a box, or plane that you build from a kit or a scratch or whatever, always, always, always go over your installs. Check for loose screws, loose servos, chafed wires, the little your clevises and connectors and these little silicone, fuel tubing, retainers. Make sure all those are in good shape. Check them every time before you go flying. I do a post-flight and a pre-flight, and I've caught problems before. Um, you get busy, you start doing things. Maybe you're multitasking, you forget to tighten your prop all the way or whatever. So yeah, just go over everything, make sure everything's cool, and keep yourself safe, keep everybody around you safe, and keep your investments safe. So that's it. Just wanted to pass that along, and appreciate you watching the video. If you haven't already and you find the videos useful, hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. I'll be doing more videos real soon. So happy flying. We'll see you at the field.